Come on guys, who are we kidding? We all know that I'll watch almost anything that has Ryan Reynolds in it. We all know that I'm a simp, and with the exception of 2 specific movies which we don't talk about on this channel, I've enjoyed all of his films. Look, I know a lot of you are tired of his roles. He's been typecast and he usually does not perform anything other than the typical Ryan Reynolds role. What can I say though? I'm a sucker. He's a funny and charismatic dude, and his movies help me just sit back and chill. It should come as no surprise that I was super hyped when Netflix announced its new movie, The Adam Project. Not to mention that it was also going to feature the familiar faces of Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, and even Zoe Saldana and Catherine Keener. At this point, you might be screaming internally, Soto, what the fuck is this even about? I read you loud and clear. The Adam Project starts off in the year 2050, in a world where time travel exists and it is all being controlled by one person, a woman named Maya Sorian. The story follows a 40-year-old pilot by the name of Adam, who steals a spaceship to travel back to the year 2018 to find out what happened to his wife and fellow pilot after she disappeared in a time travel mission. He's being chased down by other pilots who attempt to stop him, and when they shoot at him, they damage both him and the ship. No longer working properly, the ship ends up sending him to the year 2022 instead of 2018. Where he runs into his 12-year-old counterpart. Since the ship is linked to his DNA, the adult Adam is no longer able to sync with it due to his DNA being damaged when he was hurt. So he is forced to bring his child counterpart with him back to 2018 to help him figure out what happened to his wife. The Adam Project is very neat. I feel like directors have been going super overboard in the movies Ryan Reynolds has been in lately, and this movie is no exception. The CGI is very amazing and impressive, and you can tell that for the most part, they spared no expense to make it look good. That is, with one major exception. For some reason, they decided not to use practical effects to make Catherine Keener's Maya look younger when showing off her younger self. You see, in the movie, both versions can be seen in the same scenes together sometimes, and if you look really closely, you'll notice that the younger version looks a little off. The reason is that they decided to use CGI to make a deepfake for Keener. Once you notice it, it becomes very noticeable. The deepfake doesn't portray the correct level of emotion, which just leaves it feeling very uncanny valley. By the way, that wasn't the only thing that was uncanny. As you watch the movie, you'll have no problem noticing how well Walker Scobell is able to pull off imitating Reynolds. The kid is surprisingly good at it. So much so that Kraft wasted no time making a mac and cheese commercial where they make fun of how uncanny it is.
Kraft mac and cheese. If your parents don't buy it, stop loving them.
I am glad Scobell was able to do as well as he did though. I think having him play a younger, more immature version of Reynolds gave the latter a bit more freedom. Since that role was already being filled, Reynolds was able to take a step back and play a much more serious and a little less comedic role than usual. And you guys know how much I love it when they give him the freedom to do this, because I genuinely believe that he is able to play these roles just as well. Lastly, I want to touch on something that bears no relevance to the story and is 100% non-canon, but that I consider to be a real thing in my own head canon. Do y'all remember the hit 2004 film 13 Going on 30 about the girl who wills herself into being older so she can enjoy adulthood? Well, do you remember who the female and male leads were played by? Some of you who've already seen the movie may be picking up on what I'm hinting at. I know that the characters have different names. I know that the timelines don't match up. And I also know that what I'm about to say makes no sense, but I am choosing to believe this is a subtle head nod as to what happened after the events of 13 Going on 30. And I'm choosing to believe that Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo's characters are the same as in that movie. All jokes aside, I can assure you that The Adam Project is a very fun movie that you can sit down and enjoy with the family while you wind down. It's not perfect, and it does borrow a lot of tropes from other movies, and so long as you go into it with the intention of having a good time, then you will be able to do just that. I think at this point I should have made it clear by now, but in the case that I didn't, then let me tell you that it's a yay from me. Go buy some snacks and sit your ass down to enjoy this movie, which is available for streaming on Netflix. But that all being said, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you want to hear me say more? Then let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to catch all my future videos. Also, I have a Discord server, so just join, you weirdos. As always, this has been Subtly Artistic. Peace out.